the activity we just saw there, Trey, one might think there's more coming.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a country that is prepared for the possibility of days of missile attacks coming from the Iranian regime. Even last night when Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke, he talked about the fact that Israelis would have to stay in shelters much longer than they had to during previous rounds. And I just want to check my phone here as we're talking. As you noted, dozens of Iranian ballistic missiles being fired and reports of an impact in Tel Aviv. Again, people are in shelters, but these shelters, known as mamads here, that are attached to apartments and houses, are meant for, they're meant for rockets coming from places like the Gaza Strip. And guys, come back. Okay, stay with us, guys. There's an impact site very close to here. Just stay with us. Talk to me, John, Sandra, I'm with you.
Yep, we're here.
Yeah, so we can see that some smoke is rising from an area of downtown Tel Aviv, as we saw. We saw a missile impact there. We don't know if it was a missile that came in unintercepted or if it was the remnants of a missile that was intercepted that landed. But you can see a lot of smoke there, Trey, rising from downtown Tel Aviv.
Yeah, and guys, I want to caution here. We don't know at this point what was hit, and we can't even confirm this impact. There are initial reports of an impact, but the air defense systems that we're also working from that very area in the heart of Israel's second largest city. And so we often see smoke like that following the air defense systems being active. We simply don't know what was hit and what part of the city it was hit, and we'll continue to gather that information. But as we talk here, and I'm going to just look at my phone for a moment because I'm seeing if any of our military sources have texted me about what's happening.
Hey,
but
Trey,
as we move forward,
Trey,
the Israelis are preparing.
If I could just jump in here for a second, Trey. As you were moving inside with your crew, we did see an impact and an explosion in that area where the smoke is rising from now with a remote camera. So it does look like there was some sort of missile impact. Yeah, and look, this area of Tel Aviv is very densely populated, right next to a main highway that moves along. I'm being very careful. We're getting some information in, but I just can't confirm it in real time, and so I'm being very careful with what I tell you, given how sensitive this is. What I can say, just according to the couple text messages I just read from Israeli security sources, this is a very significant attack, and emergency crews are responding, ensuring that no one was injured, and checking different areas of Tel Aviv. I do want to just review what we saw when we started this hit out on this balcony, John and Sandra. We saw Israel's missile defense systems active from all directions, and the fact that these close-range systems in Tel Aviv were active so close to where we were, intercepting missiles just over this city, it's an indication, once again, that Israel has the capability to shoot down some of this incoming fire, but not all of it. And that is part of the concern as this story develops and as the Israelis continue to strike Iran. They can hit many of these launching positions, but the Iranians have thousands of ballistic missiles that they could use against Israel. And as we heard in that statement that we got from an Iranian official coming from Iran's supreme leader, they are preparing for war with Israel. And Israeli officials are not yet calling it a war, but what we are looking at is days of conflict ahead. The city is very quiet right now because people are still in bomb shelters. This is a country that has experienced these types of missile attacks before. And when we look back to the October 2024 missile attack that was conducted by the Iranians, there were around 300 ballistic missiles that were fired at this country. And initially, some of the officials that we talked to, and it's why I'm being very careful with what I'm saying here, they told us that many of them were intercepted. It was very successful. The reality was videos started to come out showing that Israeli bases took significant damage because these missiles are traveling so fast and there's only a limited amount of air defense capability on the ground here. And remember, that was a missile attack that was in response to the killing of the leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, and Hamas leadership, including Ismail Haniyeh, in the Iranian capital of Tehran. What we saw overnight, it's hard to even put into words how much more significant it is. What we're looking at right now is the big conflict that everyone discussed for decades, a possibility between Israel and Iran. Overnight, the Israelis took out the entirety of Iran's IRGC Air Force leadership. Again, as we can report from sources that we've talked to, in the Israeli security establishment. That was a
Thank y'all
surprise
for
attack. They
joining.
got these
I'm
officials
going to
a
have to
meeting
run
point
out the
in
door, but I
Iran,
thought
kept
this was
them there
very
before
important
killing
and
all of
needed
them.
people
They
might
killed
not
the
know
head
what's
of the
happening right
IRGC.
now.
They killed Iran's top nuclear
But thank you for
scientist. They have
joining. I'll
damaged
try to keep
both the
lives
Natanz
going on
facility
as I
and other
see the
enrichment
updates
facilities
coming in.
Iran. They have
Y'all have a
targeted
blessed
missile
day.
production sites. They have targeted launching positions, and the Israelis are continuing to strike Iran.